Aduna ka ba'y buot masayran sa kinabuhi? Aduna ba'y kagawasan sa sala o kasakit? May paglaong pa ba ang mga minatay? Unsa ba'y padulngan sa kalibutan? Mga higala, ipangutana kay pastor. Ipadala ang imong mga pangutana ug tubagon ni pastor gamit ang Biblia. Pangutana Pastor, usa ka serbisyo gidalit kaninyo gikan sa Hope Channel.
Nakikita niyo yung attention.
Hangad mo bang matuklasan ang hindi mapagkakailang katotohanang nakasaad lamang sa Biblia? Subaybayan ang distinctive truths in Jesus para sa katotohanang magbibigay ng tunay na kaligayahan. Dito lang sa Hope Channel Philippines.
To me, the joy, which money cannot buy.
And very hospitable, and most of all, big part of your operation.
Dynamic Living returns with new episodes now on Mondays 6 to 7 p.m. Dynamic Living, the Total You on Mondays.
Socialize and be recognized from your simple photos, your thoughts, and in-depth information about yourself. You can all find this actually in the social media if you so wish. Remember that the internet has created and revolutionized a way by which people can communicate around the world. Now let's go trending here in our social networks right now at #Dynamic Living. I'd like to welcome to the show our guest for tonight, Accuracy or Jeopardy, #Dynamic Living. We have actually here Miss Charmaine Zaiza Yape. She's the social media specialist, co-founder, Iligan Blogger Society Incorporated, social media manager, rent.ph. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, Zaiza.
Magandang gabi po, ma'am. I'm happy to be here at Dynamic Living.
Yes, at napakaganda ng ating ambience ngayon. We are right now, Dynamic Living is actually right here at the Atrium. Limcat
Yes.
Kai Mall. Dahil andi dito din po ang ating Wonders of the Past, no? So inaanyayahan po namin lahat kayong nanonood dito sa Dynamic Living. Manood po kayo sa Wonders of the Past. So, I'd like again to welcome you, Zaiza. Ikaw, Zaiza, you are actually a social media specialist. Pag sinabi mong SM specialist, anong ibig sabihin nito?
We actually do, we work through social media. So we manage accounts and help businesses, organizations on creating awareness about their program, their products, their community as well.
Paano ka napadpad sa ganyan na trabaho?
I actually started working in a call center, and then after that, I am into blogging. So I started blogging actually when I was in high school, but nothing serious. All those
So, kumbaga fun
yeah,
lang.
all those teeny bopper stories and articles lang. And then after working in a call center, I started to make it as a profession. So I joined blogger groups or blogger societies. I joined article writing groups. So that's how I was dragged into the social media industry.
Pero pag sinabi mo na you are into blogging, you are in the social media industry, don't you find it kind of lonely? Na heto, di ba, parang ang kaharap mo yata is the computer, the internet. Walang actual personal interrelationships na nangyayari.
Yeah, actually there's the conversation itself within the social media gives life to being a blogger. And the blogger groups in the social media community actually just also meet physically.
So hindi lang yun yung talagang nandun lang kayo sa computer at internet. Kumbaga, you do have time where you gather together and have that personal touch, so to speak.
Yes. Yes, we do have personal interactions. We travel with them. We also have our own conferences and seminars, how to enhance our communication skills. Or
Pag sinabi natin na ito social media, maraming mga tools na involved here. And if I'm not mistaken, there are more than 200 tools that you can choose from. In your actual practice as a social media specialist, ano yung pinakamahalaga na ginagamit mo at pinaka-priority according to you?
Today, since a lot of the users are in Facebook, the number one priority is most of the time Facebook. And then we have Twitter for shorter conversations, and then Pinterest and Instagram for sharing photos and videos, and LinkedIn most especially for the business people.
So heto yung mga ginagamit na more common than the rest. And according to studies, sabi nga at least a person daw spends more than 40 minutes, you know, doing all of these things. Ikaw, how long do you spend in your time, in a 24-hour time of your day? Ilang oras kaya ang naigugugol mo para sa ganyan?
I'm ashamed to admit, but almost 16 hours in a day. Yeah, because I work as a social media specialist, so for different accounts, so I have to keep that updated, and I have to be online all the time. So the mobile makes it 16 hours. Yeah, but facing the computer, more or less 45 hours.
And you don't find na, kumbaga, you are happy with the 16 hours that you spend with that?
Yeah.
So, when you join the social media, at ito yung naging choice mo as your profession, would you say na it has also changed your lifestyle? It has changed the way your outlook in life in general, and your relationship with your family and friends?
It has. When it comes to relationship with the families, we were able to connect with distant relatives from outside of the country because of social media. So we were able to meet relatives we haven't met before and invited them for reunions. When it comes to lifestyle, probably we can notice it every time we eat. There was a joke that they said that before, when we eat, we stop for a while and pray. But right now, what happens when the food arrives? You take a picture, you take a photo of it and post it.
Instead of praying first.
Yeah.
And that's a bad side if you really look at it. Kasi yung values natin parang medyo na nagkakaroon ng shift.
That's true. Yeah, that's
so
true.
So how do we address these problems para naman yung mga kabataan natin, they would still have that value, the foundation of having to pray first when the food is there instead of taking pictures of it?
Yeah. So for most especially for parents or the elders, we have to tell the kids or the millennials most especially that our values should not change because of technology. We have to, of course, we have to pray. We have to respect our parents, respect our elders, respect other people. We have to make sure that we can't hurt every time we post. Diba? We have to think of the welfare of the other person.
Which I want to follow that through. Yung sinabi mo na when we post something, it should be something that will not hurt another person.
Exactly.
Kasi minsan, parang nawawala yung social responsibility mo.
Exactly, because there are a lot of people I mean, I think everyone would notice that a lot of people are ranting on Facebook. They post their complaints, they post their problems. They wanted to involve everyone with the problem that they have. So social media is actually not meant for that. No?
It is supposed to be, used for something else. And what should this be?
It has to be for awareness, no? For evangelization, for promotion for businesses, and for camaraderie. I mean, for sharing life stories. Most especially, we would prefer the happy ones, like the positive ones, not those negative posts. Yeah.
Pagka sinabi mo, Zay, na heto, pag pumasok ka sa isang social media site, meron tinatawag na may mga terms and conditions, di po ba? Is it really that important for me as a user of that before I join in or log into that? Should I be, reading the terms and conditions? Should I be aware on what is supposed to be there? And how important is it really for the person's protection?
It is actually very important to read the terms and conditions, but since it's very long, we tend to just simply agree, click on agree or accept. So, but it is very important because it will guide us on how we should react, how we should act inside the social media sites.
Nakasulat ba yan doon kung ano dapat ang mga etiquettes, so to speak? Kayo mga social media users, ako hindi gaano sad to say, no? Hindi ako ganun ka techie talaga. Kumbaga, I open it once in a while, I just, browse through it, but I don't, really get myself so involved in it kasi I have other things to do. What I'm trying to say, when you hold awareness, like kayo kasi you are already there, do you also tell these people who are using this na there are certain etiquettes to follow and they should also subscribe to that?
Yes. There are etiquettes actually to follow, but the basic one probably that I could advise to people is think before you post. Think if the other person or the people reading it would be happy with the post that you have. You will actually notice it with the number of likes and shares that you have. But basically, it's just think before you post. So make sure that you can't hurt someone, you won't hit any brand.
So how would you know na hetong pinopost nila it's accurate? Kumbaga, hindi siya gaya-gaya lang. And then how can we trace if it's usually kasi yung iba nagha-hide behind behind the pseudonyms or whatever. So how would we know na heto ay totoo itong kanilang pinopost?
Make a research. Yeah, try to do a research. Google it. They say right now everything can be Googled. So when there's a reputable institution or organization that posted it, it must be 90% true. Yeah, most especially if it is for example, the news industry or the media. So it's 90% true.
At saka kailangan, di ba, for example, you are promoting, advertising, or marketing a product, make sure na itong product mo ay talagang will withstand the scrutiny, di ba?
Exactly. Or you are also using it.
Kasi kung hindi, pati yung reputation mo is already at stake there. Di po ba? So, paano po yun? In terms of your practice sa social media, it is most effective in marketing, di ba? If you want to market a product or services, kayo po, paano po ninyo inaano yun na so that people will become aware and they will say na, heto, we'd like to follow this and would like to try this out?
We actually encourage the actual users to voice out there or to give their feedback, preferably in their own accounts. Because the moment that the friends of that specific user sees it, they would prefer to trust that friend instead of the third person or the advertiser who actually said that this is very useful, this is very effective. But
would you say, Sai, na ang marketing strategy now for businesses should really be involving the social media sites? It has revolutionized.
Yeah. The marketing right now actually changed. a lot of people, basically the millennials, because the X generations would actually still use the usual advertising that we have in televisions like that. So, but for the millennials, the budding millennials right now, they would prefer, it's like this, they would prefer, how do you call that? They would prefer the ideas of the actual users, most especially if they're friends. So if you notice right now in social media, if a friend posts, he went to, let's say, he went to the atrium, he found wonders of the past. So they actually communicate. And where is that? What time is it? Is it live or? Until when? So they start to communicate, and then they start to create a buzz online that, hey, what's this wonders of the past? So everyone makes aware of the event. So
sa
everyone
inyo,
comes
like
in.
sa inyo, sa business ninyo, it also has created a stir also.
Yes, it is. It is. For us, like for me, I do social media marketing for different brands. But for Rent.ph specifically, we make sure that the agents that we have right now are very active in social media. They have to talk about the brand, so that the people will wonder actually, oh, what's that brand? So they will check it out. They will check the page, and they will check the site, and
Would you say that it has improved dramatically your sales?
It is.
Pagdating ninyo dito dahil because masyado kayong active sa social media.
It has.
Aside from marketing, aside from sales, aside from making money out of the social media, what would be the other purposes of you, like encouraging those who are watching us to be active also in the social media sites?
On my part, evangelization. We know that there are a lot of people active in Facebook or in social media, and even our the church goers are active in social media. So instead of posting just any selfies that you have, so why not try to evangelize other people using the social media,
Or maybe posting positive thoughts,
Yes,
so that
positive
people can be
thoughts.
encouraged, become optimistic, and
Yeah.
pursue your dreams without falling down. And so we'll take a
Exactly.
very short break, and when we return, okay, we will take a very short break, and when we return, we will be joined by our friends from the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Unit, no? Para alam din naman natin ano ba ang mga do's and don'ts. Please stay tuned.
Hope Channel viewers are loyal, encouraging friends and neighbors to watch. Why? Our viewers believe that Hope Channel not only enhances living, but changes lives through its compelling lineup of programs. Documentaries take subscribers around the world and back through time, visiting places where history was made. Fascinating biographies open up the lives and times of people who made a difference. Travel programs transport the viewer around the world, demonstrating how people work together to make a better planet. Inspirational programming challenges viewers to experience the joy of discovering faith values and offers spirituality as an important part of a balanced lifestyle. Health and lifestyle programs teach disease prevention and make healthy living simple and attractive. Hope Channel programs provide invaluable support for developing healthy relationships and strong communities. Welcome to donor-supported Hope Channel.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living with our episode, Accuracy or Jeopardy, #Dynamic Living. Ito po ang social media sites. Do we use it for personal, for our personal accounts only? Or is it something na can also pose as a threat to somebody else, no? So ito yung ating dapat pag-usapan eh. We started with Sai, talking about ano ba ang kahalagahan ng social media sites, di ba? Itong mga networking na to. Eh ngayon naman with our new guests joining us in our panel tonight. I'd like to welcome to the show our friends from the PNP, the Anti-PNP Cybercrime, no? Anti-PNP Cybercrime Unit, no? Meron pala tayong ganyan ngayon, hindi ko alam yun, no? So, ibig sabihin, pwede na tayong dumulog sa kanila, Zai, pag may problema tayo. I'd like to welcome to the show, of course. We have here PO1, Ray Peterson Bacalares, Digital Forensic Examiner. Good evening po sa iyo, Ray.
Good evening po.
Hetong forensic, medyo mahaba-haba itong usapan, ano? Kailangan turuan mo kami nito. And of course, andito din si Sheila Melitopa. She's also a Police Officer 1, Anti-PNP Cybercrime Unit also. Welcome to the show, Sheila.
Good evening, Doc. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here in your show, Doc.
And of course, we have Miss Richelle Maniabo from the Women's and Child's Protection Desk Unit. Kasama pala kayo nito, Richelle, sa Anti-Cybercrime Unit?
Yes, Doc. First and foremost, I would like to greet everyone a good evening. And in behalf of our Chief Police Superintendent Renata Royo Reyes, thank you, Doc, for inviting us here.
Yes.
So, in every offices of the Philippine National Police, there should be a Women and Children Protection Desk to cater problems involving women and children.
Kasi talagang dapat pangalagaan ang ating mga kababaihan at mga kabataan, ano? And
Yes, Doc.
actually, hetong problem natin sa, Zai, welcome back again to the second part of our show. Heto dapat pangalagaan ang kapakanan ng mga babae at mga kabataan. Kasi dito sa ating mga cyber, natin, lalo na social media, no? Mga trending na yan. Yes, Zai, paano kaya to? Bakit kailangan pang protektahan yung mga kababaihan?
Para sa mga kababaihan, they are usually the parang
Victims.
Victims, user and victims of the cybercrimes, no. At sa mga bata naman, they are using the social media na dapat sana hindi.
So dapat alam nila yon.
Yes.
At mahalaga yung mga magulang, sinusubaybayan yan. So puntahan kita, Ray. Heto ngayon, parang may dalawang bagay ngayon na umiikot sa media. Because all of us, we read news, we listen to them, we go through the net and see this. May parang dalawa ngayon na bagong-bago lang na pumutok. Yung isa, yung nanay na tinalian yung anak niya, parang pinasok niya sa doghouse at pinapakain niya. And then pinost niya yun, di ba? At yung isa naman ngayon na pumutok na bago lang, hetong meron yatang mga networking na hindi naman din tama, di ba? So, heto yung dalawa ngayon na nandyan sa diaryo natin at lumalabas. So, ang katanungan ko sa iyo, heto bang pagpo-post ng mga photos na kagaya nitong nanay na pinost na yung litrato ng anak niya na kinunan niya, na ginawa niya parang aso, is it really a crime?
Yes, ma'am. It's actually a crime, no. Sa fact na ginawa niya yon. Ginawa niya kasing gumawa siya ng ebidensya, pinost pa niya sa Facebook, pinost pa niya sa social media. Hindi naman sana dapat niya ginawa yun. Unang-una, ang social media para sa kalaman ng lahat is connecting to other people by medium of the internet. And then wala akong makitang maganda sa ginawang ganyan o kahit sa ibang gawain na para bang ginawa na rin sa kasamaan, ginagamit ang social media. Talagang iba talaga ang power ng pag-iisip ng tao kung gagamitan nila ng social media. Iba-iba yung dumarating.
Ikaw naman sige, si Rich, you are with the Women's and Child Protection Desk, di po ba? So yung mga ganyan, nagiging actively involved ba kayo pag may nakikita at nare-report sa inyo na heto, nakita namin ito, pinost ng isang magulang, ganito yung ginawa sa anak niya. Are you also going to, get yourselves actively involved in this, or wala lang kiber kasi privacy nila yon?
That is the common problem that we face in our section because we handle cases, meron na po tayong mga kaso ng mga ganyan, and the common cases that we already filed is this RA 9775 po, which is the Anti-Child Pornography Act. And then that is already a child abuse, so we can file a case against the children wherein against the parents na ginagawa po yung mga ganyan na mga action which is supposedly not to be done.
Pero
Hindi
alam
po
ninyo, ang isang ikinaganda sa social media, is actually people get so involved in what is going on around them. Di ba, Sai?
Yeah. So, once nag-trending, so mapapansin. So, basically, parang naging viral siya, naging aware yung lahat ng tao, pati yung authorities. Kaya ngayon, nahuli siya.
So in other words, it's a boon and a bane. Depende sa paano mo gamitin. Pero tanungin ko muna kayo on a personal level, are you also actively involved in the use of social media sites?
Yes, ma'am. I am
Yes na
actively
yes.
involved.
How many hours or minutes do you spend in front of that?
Every day kasi po sa office namin, nagkakata kami ng investigation social media. So basically, pag nagtitrace kami or may ginagawa kami monitoring, gumagamit kami ng social media account. At pag uwi naman sa bahay, konting checking lang, ganon. It's part of daily routine na rin nangyari.
Yung sa'yo naman,
Yes, ma'am. Sa akin naman is palagi akong gumagamit ng social media, lalo na sa Facebook or sa Twitter tsaka sa email. Kasi dyan kami kumukuha ng, kagaya nga sabi ni Bacalares, na mag-cyber patrolling.
So nagsa-cyber patrolling kayo?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
O sige, kwento nyo naman sa amin, paano ninyo ito ginagawa? Like, ano ba talaga itong anti-cybercrime unit ng PNP? Sinong gusto unang mag-explain ko ano to? Kasi parang ngayon lang namin narinig ito na meron pala tayong ganito. At kailan kayo naging ganyan?
Okay. The PNP, Anti-Cybercrime Group, was organized, created to combat illicit activity on our cyberspace. So, bale, yung pinakamoto ng PNP is to preserve and to protect. Yun po. So, ginagawa natin sa cybercrime kasi malawak na malawak to eh. We consider cybercrime as a crime without boundaries.
Yes, that's crime without boundaries. Bago mo ituloy yan, Rhea, balikan kita sa yung sinasabi natin na mahirap kasi malawak yung naaabot nito, di ba? It connects one person to the next, from one country to the next. So, minsan, paano mo yun mamomonitor? Yes.
For monitoring, dapat talaga kasi involve yung parents or yung immediate family ng involved. Oo. So, parang dapat sila mismo nagmo-monitor sila kung anong ginagawa ng mga bata, ng mga teenagers. Kasi basically right now, usually yung mga teenagers yun yung number one na nabubully online or ano ba?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
nagiging victim.
Nagiging victims yung mga kabataan,
Yes.
ano? Oo. So,
Kasi
heto yung
ginagawa po
inaano
kasi-
ninyo.
So, ginagawa po kasi natin, tama ni sabi ni Ma'am Sai, no, na may nag-viral, example, may nag-viral sa Facebook. Parang ginagawa kasi itong, parang bait ng mga cybercriminal. Ito yung nangyayari, ma'am. May nag-post na something interesting, something intriguing. Tayo naman mga tao, nature na natin yun eh.
Naiintriga.
Ano kaya to?
Oo.
Without knowing, sa akin po ma'am, sa field ko, sa forensic, sa cyber patrolling na ginagawa ko, ang nangyayari, may nagpo-post something sa Facebook o sa mga social media na nagte-trending. Which is yung iba, totoo. Meron naman yung iba, gawa-gawa lang. Ilagay po natin sa isipan natin yung posible na yung nag-trending na yun, o yung viral na nag-pop up na yun, is may virus or may isang, hindi ko paano may-explain naman, pero kumukuha yun ng information agad-agad.
Yes.
Lalong-lalo na pag may nag-message sa'yo, private message, na may lumabas na link, at saka, kasi ginagawa ng mga cybercriminal natin, pinoprofile ka nila eh. So, pag profile nila, may pagkahilig.
Pwede bang ma-access ng isang tao yung iyong account without you knowing it?
Yes,
Let me ask you, kayo,
Yes, ma'am.
can that be done?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo.
Kasi yung ginagawa, kaya yung sinasabi ko kanina, ma'am, na may nag-private message sa'yo. Isa to sa mga example, ma'am, ha. May nag-private message sa'yo. Ngayon may lumabas na link, yung kulay blue na may underline. Tsaka may picture. Ipin-profile ka na ng cybercriminal, tatargetin ka na. Ngayon yung lumabas na link, isa yun sa mga interest mo. So siyempre, makiklik ka nun kasi may interest ka nga eh. Without knowing na yung pag-click ng link na ganun, doon na, kinukuha na yung mga information mo. Hindi
So,
ko alam.
kailangan maingat pala talaga tayo.
Yes. Dapat nga maingat tayo sa social media ngayon. Kasi ito na yung mostly talaga yung mga krimen ngayon ay ginagamitan ng social media. Lalo na sa ma'am, lalo na sa sa fraud. Ginagamitan yung social media kagaya sa nangyari sa may isang case kami na nakuha yung phone niya through social media.
So pwede kahit na mga bank accounts yata, pwede na nilang ma-access 'yan, di ba? So yan yung mga sinusundan ninyo sa unit ninyo. And paano 'yon? What would be the proseso if supposing na ako medyo natatakot ako at I'm wondering, I'm anxious na baka nga may nakakuha doon sa account ko. What do we do as a private citizen? Do we go immediately to your unit and report it?
Yes, ma'am. So if you think that you are already a victim of a cybercrime, you can visit our office and then we will cater. So our office is located in Camp Vicente Alagar, Lapasan, Cagayan de Oro City. We are open 24/7. So please come and to visit our office so that we can give you advice on what to do and how to file a complaint, and we will assist you in filing the complaint.
Heto yung pinagsasabihin natin heto na-access nila yung account. Paano yung mga photos, kunyari, bigla lang nila pinost, hindi mo nga alam, di ba? Like yung iba, nagugulat na lang sila, how come my photo na napaka-private with my private parts, is being shown all around? So what do we do with this?
So that is one of our concern, ma'am. So that is a violation of RA 9995, which is the Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act. So you can come to our office and we will be glad to serve you, and we will file that case against the suspect. So yan po kasi, pag pinost na yung private part mo, hindi na po pwede yan. So dapat makasuhan po talaga ang gumagawa ng ganyang mga krimen.
Kasi ang nangyayari po, ma'am, ano yung sabi mo kanina, ma'am, na naglalabasa na bigla yung mga picture mo. Yun nga, ma'am, sabi ni Ma'am Sai kanina, be responsible sa yung social media. Kasi kahit na gaano pa kagandang isang bagay, ikaw din mismo, ikaw yung gumagawa niyan Ikaw yung nagkiklik, ikaw yung nag-a-access, ikaw yung nag-a-accept ng friends, ikaw din yung pumapasok sa...
Hetong accepting of friends. Sai, paano ba dapat yan? Dapat ba lahat ng mag-ano sa'yo, accept mo yon?
No. You have to screen kung sinong nag-invite or sinong nag-add sa'yo sa mga social media accounts. So, as much as possible, only add the people you know. But if it happens to someone that you don't know, you really have to screen them. And there are also privacy restrictions on the social media sites, like for example in Facebook. So if that's someone you don't know but you wanted to do business in the future, you can categorize them. There's a privacy selection that you need to select.
Kailangan alam nila yan kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila, di ba? Yes.
Sa social media din, ma'am, dapat hindi natin ilagay lahat ng information sa
Tungkol sa atin, di
Yes,
ba?
yes,
correct.
Yes.
Hindi kasi parang yung iba, parang tuwang-tuwa pa na parang dinidetalye kahit man lang kumain ng saging na masarap pinopost, kahit na magpipicture lang naman doon sa may banyo pinopost lahat yun. Yes.
Lahat na kasi, ma'am, pati na number ng cellphone niya.
Pinopost pa din.
Pinopost niya kahit yung feeling niya nung certain day.
Post niya rin yun.
Ayun nga nagkakatawa nga kasi yung mga tao, kina-classify ko na rin, kina-classify sa aming office. May iba-iba kasing uri nito. May nagpo-post na ng lagi na lang morbid yung feeling. May nagpo-post ng pagkain. Ang pinaka-worst is nagpo-post na ng mga litrato, ng mga imahe na hindi naman dapat i-post Kasi social media ito, everybody can access social media.
Yes. Parang hindi mo na binigyan ng privacy yung sarili mo. Dapat tayo, this is actually the objective of the show tonight, which is to encourage the viewers to become socially responsible media site users, di ba?
Yes, at saka gusto ko lang i-add, as much as possible, lahat ng information mo, wag mo ilagay online. So, as much as possible, not accurate. Diba, they would ask for the birthday, they would ask for your mother's name, something like that. So, as for me, as a social media specialist, don't place accurate details. Kasi once ma-hack yung isang account mo, lahat ng accounts mo pwedeng ma-hack. That includes your bank accounts. Yeah,
O kasi yun yung mga katanungan usually. These are the
Exactly.
data that they would be asking you for. Yes.
Ang nangyayari kasi, sabi ni Ma'am Sai, na-hack. Okay, dito tayo sa na-hack ngayon. Maraming nagpupuntahan sa office namin. Yung reklamo, sir, na-hack yung Facebook account ko. In fact, ito advice to sa lahat, no ma'am, no?
Na mga nanonood.
Sa atin ngayon. Hindi naman po kasi talaga totoo na sa lahat ng pagkakataon may nahahack. Discretion yan ng user. May iba kasi gumagamit na tayo ng mga internet cafe. May mga Pesonet pa nga eh. Gumagamit tayo ng ganun. Tapos pag dumating na yung point na time na, wala na tayong time, iniiwanan na lang natin without logging out. Yun nangyayari. Pag may nag-open na naman, kasi yung may ibang browser kasi ma'am, internet, web browser, na nire-remember yung mga password mo, ganun. So pag may sumunod, yun na. Doon na
Kaya dapat mag-log out ka.
mag-log out talaga.
Oo, para hindi, kung sino man yung susunod sa'yo. At saka siguro, di ba, may nakikita tayo doon, nakasulat doon na, would you like the browser to remember
keep you
your
logged in.
password or to keep you logged in? Dapat hindi, di ba, ang sagot mo doon?
Lalo na pag yung nakasunod sa'yo, may masamang intensyon o gagamitin yan sa para maging biktima ka.
How difficult or how easy is it to follow or to patrol a cybercrime? Kasi 'di ba kung ordinary crime like okay, may pinatay kang tao diyan o beyond reasonable doubt andyan yung kanyang patalim, andyan yung baril niya. O kaya naman nag-libel ka o andyan naman nakikita mo, nabasa mo kung ano yung mga ano niya. So it's easier to follow through all of this. But cybercrime committed, sabi mo nga, no boundaries, no space yan So how are you going to really go through the nitty-gritty thing na para mahuli yung taong gumawa ng masama?
I guess with our group, sa anti-cybercrime group, the exact words to be is challenge. It's a very big challenge po sa amin. Well, sa lahat ng mga nagpa-file ng kaso, ng mga complaint naman, na-address naman po natin. May natutuntunan po naman tayo. Together po sa support ng ating main office kasi po direkta din kami sa main office. Ang maganda lang dito is every quarter o kung may mga updates, pinapadala din kami doon sa headquarter para naman malaman namin kung ano yung pinaka-latest sa pagtitrace, sa paggawa ng trabaho namin, lahat na. Yung pagtitracing, nagagawa naman po. May nasasampahan at may nahuhuli naman
So
po tayo.
meron din talaga. And what would be, like, ano ba ang coverage? Ano ba yung sakop nitong anti-cybercrime act na ito? Anong sakop niya? Like, for example, heto ba prostitution lang, pornography lang ba? Or marami siyang pwedeng nakasama sa umbrella na ito?
Under the Section 6, ma'am, of RA 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act, it is stated there that all crimes defined and penalized under the revised penal code and the special laws when committed by, through, and with the use of information and communication technology such as cell phones or computers, the penalty stated on the revised penal code and of the special laws would be 1 degree higher. So, pag yung krimen po ay ginagamitan po ng ICT, that would be a cybercrime.
So, ibig sabihin, mas mas mataas pa ang kaniyang penalties niya. Yes. So, yung mga nahuhuli ninyo, do they also, like for example, pwede ba sila mag-appeal? Sabihin nila na, oy, hindi ko naman ginawa yan. Pwede ko bang sabihin na, ay malay ko kung sinong gumamit dyan. Can they do that? Can they get away with it?
Sa cybercrime law, ma'am, nagpo-file kami ng law. Ng kaso, hindi lang naman purely 10175. Ginagawa namin, nagpa-file kami ng 10175, pina-file din namin yung iba.
So may kasamang iba
may
pang
mga
batas?
kasamang kaso. Tsaka hindi din kami nagpa-file kung hindi airtight yung kaso, yung tinatawag natin airtight. Yung dapat hindi masasayang yung effort natin ba. Kaya bago kami mag-file, bago kami mag-ooperate, talagang we do our best para ma-build natin yung case airtight. Para naman, pagdating sa DOJ, sa fiscal, matatanggap naman.
Wala
yun.
nang kumbaga,
Wala-
wala nang lusot, so
Wala
to
nang lusot,
speak.
talagang ganun.
Eto, Sai, nasa marketing ka, di ba? Yun yung sinasabi natin na the social media sites can be used actually for you to earn money, for you to be able to advertise anong products meron ikaw and the like. Pero may mga nangyayari na nagiging crime din siya, di ba? Like for example, may minamarket na isang product. And then, parang naging, siya, parang pyramidal scheming na siya. So, dumaan din yan sa social media. How can we be aware na alam natin na, heto dapat alamin natin na, heto, pag ganito, medyo, cautious dapat ako.
Yeah, for marketing naman, as a consumer, dapat vigilant ka. Kinakailangan, as much as possible, someone you know, experience the product itself or use the product itself. Sabi nga nila, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. So, if let's say someone's inviting you to a networking and then the product is not there. So, the product is not there. Parang online lang talaga siya.
Pero minsan may pinapakitang products pag-start
Yeah, pero ang sabi nga kasi nila, once you earn because of recruitment, so it's already a red flag. So pag ang source of income mo or source of earning mo is through recruitment alone, it's a red flag already. So you have to think it over, do further research about the company, most especially pag mga baguhan pa lang or startup, 'di ba? So most of the time they are tagged as scams, pero meron namang iba hindi. Pero merong iba na scam talaga. So just be very vigilant.
Meron ba tayong niyan, Ray? Meron ba tayo yung sinasabi ni Zai na baka scam siya? Do we have a way by which, like for example, ako, I'd like to go work abroad. Diba? So sa POEA at saka sa OWA, meron silang listing of accredited na mga employment agencies na pwede mong puntahan. Dito ba, meron din ba tayong tinatawag na may list din kayo na, hey, heto nagpo-post sila ng ganito, can we check on the validity or accuracy of this?
Yes, ma'am. No? Considering that as networking, business, and social media is sprouting nowadays, ginagawa po natin especially sa main office po natin, pinaprofile na po nila ngayon yun. Nagkakandak na po sila ng investigation kung how genuine is that business, kung totoo nga bang magkakapera tayo o maluloko lang tayo yung ginagawa nila ngayon.
So pwede silang pumunta sa office ninyo para
pwede silang
mag-inquire
yes.
bago sila sumali doon, di ba? So yun yung sa inyo naman mga kababaihan meron ba tayong tinatawag na heto pagdating sa copywriting, di ba? Meron ding mga ganyan, di ba? Parang copyright ginagamit din nila is there something also as a rule, a general rule na dapat heto bawal, heto pwede nating gawin? Yeah. For example, ginamit mo yung isang photo o kaya naman isang quotation o kaya naman isang speech na isang tao, tapos inano mo rin yun, gagamitin mo rin. That's copywriting, di ba? Oo, so yun, plagiarism yun. So paano yun? Is it also nasasakop din sa inyo?
Well, as long as wala po magko-complain sa amin.
So walang problema?
Walang problema.
Aha.
As long as walang magko-complain. Kasi, yung picture ko ginamit para sa ganito. May isang kaso talaga kami, ma'am, na yung mukha niya, bago siya gumamit ng isang cosmetic product ba yun, marami siyang pimples. Ngayon,
makinis na.
Kuminis. Ang problema, ginamit yung picture niya para i-advertise yung product
Without her
Without
approval, consent.
his consent. Lalaki po yung mama.
So, paano yun?
Yun nga, it's a crime yun kasi yung sa kanila pinagkakakitaan talaga. So for us naman sa mga vloggers, marami na kaming instance na ganyan. Majority of the vloggers that I know are photography.
Yes, sa photography.
Hobbyist as well. So minsan nagagamit ng government for advertising, ganon. So what actually the advice that was given to us by a professional photographer is to acknowledge that, hey, thank you for using my photo, and I would like to, here's an invoice for using my photo to, for the marketing. So parang i-charge mo sila na, okay, sige, ginamit mo yan, sige, bayaran mo. Pero pa sa oras na hindi nila babayaran, you have to take it down. So parang may agreement muna from the owner of the photo to the user. Tapos pag hindi talaga, kahit nag-message ka na or tinawagan mo na or pinuntahan mo na, pag hindi talaga, saka na mag-file ng
ng complaint. And that can be given to you, no? Sa inyo yan pupunta. Pero paano yung mga companies na who utilize the social media, di ba? Ang dami mga companies ngayon who utilize the social media as a form of, para sa business nila. So how do they protect themselves from hackers, from breaching of security nila, di ba? So paano yun?
May study kami sa that was last year, ma'am. No? Para sa isang kumpanya na active sa social media or let's just say active sa internet connection, the best advice ko niyan is mag-hire ka ng professional hacker. Try to breach your system, and if that hacker is successful in breaching your system, then there is the time na kailangan mo mag-update ng system mo. Kasi ang nagtatrabaho niyan
So parang ang ginawa mo mismo, ipapahack mo
yung system mo.
Yung system mo para alam mo how airtight it is.
Oh,
Okay, so that is how to test how vulnerable is your system, or kailangan mo pa bang i-upgrade siya. So yan po.
So pwede pala gawin yun. Okay, yes.
Yes, may annual events actually for hacker conferences. So doon, during that conference, lahat ng hackers mag-meet. Tapos they will actually learn the new techniques on how to detect hacking, how to protect the company's websites and everything.
This is what we call the ethical hacker. That's different thing from hacker.
So different ito. So dapat kung gusto mong ganun yung trabaho mo, mag-enroll ka ng maayos at mag-aaral ka ng maayos para dyan at gamitin mo sa tamang paraan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yun yung pwede. Kasi yun ang nga sinasabi natin, it can be a boon or it can be a bane. It can be used for the good or for evil also, di ba? So it can always be both sides of the coin. So eto naman are there limitations actually to the anti-cybercrime unit that you have?
Well, yes, ma'am, definitely. We have limitation. We have, kami yung nag-i-enforce ng law. So basically, hindi din kami dapat mag-violate ng law. Pinaka-limitation naman dito is as long as pag tingin namin is ma-violate namin yung privacy right mo, then that's it. Stop right there. Unang-una sa lahat, may panunumpaan po kami na magpo-protect ng Filipino
na hindi
people.
ninyo gagamitin for
Kaya
your
hindi
own
namin
personal
gagamitin yung authority namin to violate that law. I mean,
sa ano ang mga challenges nakikita ninyo ngayon sa inyong trabaho?
Kasi sa ngayon, marami na, kagaya na nagkanda kami ng entrapment operation through, ito yung challenge talaga namin, ma'am, kasi paano namin i-identify yung tao na siya yun. Kasi through social media, pwede tayong gumamit ng bogus account, lalo na sa Facebook. Pwede tayong, ako nga, 10 yung bogus ko para gamitin lang sa pag cyber patrolling, ma'am. Mahihirapan tayo na kung sino talaga yung suspect.
So, isa yan sa biggest challenge siguro na kinakaharap ninyo.
Kasi, ito yung ma'am, ito yung pinaka-logic nito, ma'am. I-compare natin cybercrime versus traditional crime. Ngayon, maglalagay ako ng kutsilyong may dugo dyan, or baril, or illegal drugs. That is illegal per se. Di ba, ma'am? Ngayon, sa cybercrime naman, ang ginagawa natin, meron tayong mga digital devices. And a mere possession of a digital device is not an offense. So, kailangan pa natin i-prove.
Yes.
Yun yung challenges natin. Kaya nga, may mga ginagawa ngayon yung sa main office natin na information drive with the police, local police po natin, tsaka ng mga prosecutor, actually sa mga school na rin, na ano yung mga posibleng maging rason kung bakit ka ma-charge ng cybercrime at kung paano kami makakapag-charge.
Yes, yun yung tanong eh. Ano ang sakop nito na maging crime siya? Diba? How can I, being a social media user, can somehow commit a crime? Diba?
Well, ito ma'am, no?
Is it breaching the privacy of another person? Or,
Yes,
yeah.
Lahat ng pag-breach na hindi authorized,
That's already a crime by
already a crime.
itself. So let's wind up our discussion tonight. No? Napakabilis ng oras ko at malapit na matapos. I'd like to ask each one of you now, how can we become responsible social media users? Kasi doon yun pupunta diba? At the end of the day, there is no crime committed kung responsible ka. Diba? If you know how to be a user that is very, not anti another person, then you are not committing a crime at all. So how can we do that? What would be our tips?
Tip number 1, and it probably is my only tip: think before you post, think before you click.
Okay, what about you?
I guess I would like also to address to parents that if your children have their personal accounts in Facebook, advise them to limit their posts, to limit their selfies, that they're alone somewhere so that they will not be kidnapped. Kasi meron na po tayong kaso niyan, Doc. And then be a responsible parents to your children na mga minor de edad at na meron na pong mga Facebook accounts, because the Philippine National Police is very strong in focusing these problems and to address these issues, and we will not be able to do that without your cooperation. So we should be smart enough to handle our own accounts.
At dyan naman papasok ngayon yung katanungan na, paano? Hindi ba yun magiging encroachment on the privacy of your children if you look into their accounts, di ba? So, sa susunod na topic natin yan. What about you, Sheila? Paano maging responsible user
Sa
ay
akin
sa
lang
tao?
is to address to sa mga parents po, kasi kadalasan ngayon ang nagiging biktima yung mga bata. Dapat palaging lang bantayan yung mga anak nila, kung lalo na pag gumagamit sila ng social media.
Okay, what about you, Ray?
well, basically, sa lahat ng mga social media user, ugalayin po natin na mag-change password po tayo in monthly basis or whatsoever. At kapag talagang social media user ka, na kahit saan computer ka na lang umupo at gumagamit, try to use a private browsing. Para hindi po ma-store lahat ng ginagawa mo sa history. Kasi yun yung pong isa sa mga ways Isa yun sa mga kinukuha ng mga...
Mabuti na lang hindi ako regular media user. Maraming salamat po sa aking mga guests. Remember, dear viewers, that our show says accuracy or jeopardy. Should we jeopardize ourselves, our loved ones, by being irresponsible clickers? Hindi po dapat yan. Kahit na sa Biblia po, pinapayuhan tayo in Ecclesiastes 12:14 that God shall actually bring everything, our thoughts, everything that we have inside us into light when it comes. No? So there is nothing secret at all. But in our lives now, with the social media, let us be responsible clickers. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.
Ang pag-ampo para nako aron adunay kaluwasan ng akong kalag.
Para nako ang pag-ampo bililhon hadol ka sa permis sa Ginoo. O kanunay kang nagtimaan sa iyang dako nga kasing-kasing, kung wala siya wala kay mahimo.
Siyempre mag-ampo ka para matagaan ka og jutayng grasya o dako bang grasya.
Ang para sa ako, ang pag-ampo, it's a relationship between God and the human. That's the only time nga makahatag ka og thanks sa Ginoo og kana po siya sana siya nga makapalambo sa imua as a person, because
adunay gahom sa pag-ampo. Sa Let's Pray Cagayan de Oro, may kauban ka. Matag Lunes, Miyerkules ug Biyernes alas 6 sa buntag. Let's pray CdeO, where you don't need to pray alone. Uban sa imong prayer partner, Hope Channel. Presenting the all-new Hope Channel. Clearer.
Mga personalidad nga adunay kaikag sa pagbarog sa
kami nga magtiayon.
Eksperyensya nga nagpamatuod. Na kung ikaw
Brighter.
was confused because ginatanaw nato nga wala na tay kakampi. We are in
Stronger.
for today is old case
Arresting the attention.
Hindi na bonus na kung maging positive and it makes you
Deadly in earnest.
Right now, the campers are having their hiking.
Bringing Christ to Mindanao.
Ang tubig igsuon importante kayo.
Let's listen to what the nature will speak to us.
And bringing Mindanao to the world.
Dynamic living the totally life-changing value.
to feel the touch of His redeeming love.
And the world to come.
Akong right lobe, kumplito na siya.
Yes, Hope Channel Philippines will show you. There's hope in Jesus, and there's more to life.
We are people, and we love to get connected. We connect as families because of birth. We connect as friends because we click. And we connect as communities because we care. Seventh-day Adventists are people who connect in communities called congregations, which in turn connect to form conferences, who connect together to form unions, divisions, and the General Conference. Why do we connect? It starts with a connection to the Creator, who invites us on a spiritual journey. When we journey together, we can help each other along the way. This journey is a journey of a lifetime, and as we learn and grow, life becomes filled with meaning and purpose. Our greatest joy is in helping others along the way. Wherever you are on your journey, we believe that we have something to offer that can make your life more whole. So the next time you see a Seventh-day Adventist, remember, you're not looking at someone who stands alone. They are connected to a world church that has 18 million members, gathered in 13 divisions, comprised of 122 unions, formed by 600 conferences, serving in 140,000 congregations in 208 countries, who worship in 924 languages, and they all want to connect with you.